My name is Neyhan Farooq. Once again, I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Marketing Lab AI. I have a very interesting history background. I'm going to spend the whole hour if I can start talking about it, I probably over an hour, but I don't want to do that. Just some highlights though. I've worked with Epic Games. You probably would have heard of Fortnite. So we raised a grant with them, with Epic Games, and we worked with them very closely with creating their content. I've also actually my startup I built in 2022, I think, during COVID. That was selected by the US government, where we were then invited by the US government to Silicon Valley for 2 months. For a fully paid trip, we visited Apple headquarters, Microsoft headquarters, Boeing, and all these big names. We visited with them, we had a chat with them. And we even had discussions back then in 22. I know when I say back then, it sounds like ages ago, but just 2 years ago, when we went there and had a discussion with them, they were having a chat about AI back then as well. I did meet if most of you have iPhones over here, you would know there's something called your wallet or Apple Pay. I had a chat with the senior developer who's essentially leading the development there, and we were having a chat about AI all the way back then. And very recently, I'm doing consultancy for a global robotics firm. They essentially are edtech, so they make robotics education kits and whatnot. And I'm currently consulting for them. So I have a pretty interesting history with regards to startups and entrepreneur, and now what I'm going to actually get into is more towards artificial intelligence. But like I said, we'll have a chat about that too. But more importantly though, probably even more important than my discussion is, first of all, I do thank all of you for being here today on a Saturday morning, right in the middle of the city. I really do appreciate all of you being here. I think there's like probably 1 or 2 bus stops around, and I do appreciate all of you being here, especially with no parking, but once again, especially on a Saturday morning. I think I chalk my success up to 3 things for all of you being here today. I think we pretty much filled up the room. We had to probably add another table if I'm not mistaken. So I do appreciate it. When I chalk that success up to 3 things, the first thing is, and I'm sure all of you would agree with me, is copious amounts of coffee. That's pretty much a given. Number 2 is artificial intelligence. And I'll have a chat about that too. And number 3, of course, is the highlight of the day. He's here with me in spirit, and he's probably somewhere at the back as well, I can't see him, but is of course the Terminator, and he will be here on stage as well. But when my company, Marketing Lab AI, was given the task of holding this event, I think we were just given this task of doing it just over a month ago. So doing an event on the eastern seaboard of Australia in 3 big cities over 3 weeks, building a brand and all of those things, it was a bit of a challenge. And those were the 3 things that essentially I chalk up my success to, which I said was, of course, coffee. You all agreed with me, and I'm happy about that. Number 2 was artificial intelligence, and number 3 was Terminator. However, there's an even more important question here at play. And I'm sure when you were coming in this morning, when you woke up and you got out of bed and you jumped on the train or the bus or the tram or your car, this question was in your minds all throughout the day until here. And let me just quickly address it. So even if you don't pay attention or you don't care for the rest of the talk, that's a-okay. But I think this question, I'll quickly get it out of the way so that we can move forward. And the question is, oh my God, technology, right? That's the irony. The question is, let me tell you again, 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Maybe food.
You. And I'm sure you guys had this question, and the answer is a big resounding yes. Yes, thank you very much for food. Thank you. Amazing, it's fantastic. It never changes really, but it is what it is. So food will be provided at the end of the summit, so don't worry about that just yet. What we do need to be focusing on is something a bit more important, and that is artificial intelligence. Is it a myth? Is it a fad? Is it a buzzword? We're all, and I'm going to use this word a little loosely here, we're all guilty of using it, right? We've used ChatGPT to respond to emails, to messages, probably make proposals, reports and things like that. And I said, I use the word guilty here loosely, and I'll tell you why that in a second as well. Artificial intelligence, we've all used it, we all use it for our day-to-day work to build our businesses and all of those things, and that's a-okay. I think it's perfectly fine. I think of it this way. I think visionaries or mavericks or pioneers or small medium business owners or entrepreneurs, they should use artificial intelligence to make their lives more efficient. efficient, to make their businesses more efficient, to cut down on their operating costs, which is essentially the baseline for a profitable enterprise. To cut your operating costs to maximize your profits. That's the only way you're going to scale up. And artificial intelligence is one of the ways to do it. So let me ask you, if you're not using artificial intelligence today, running your businesses, or running at your work or at your work, then why? Why aren't you doing it? I look at it a bit differently though, right? Is it a buzzword? Is it mid? Is it what is it? I look at it a little bit differently. I look at the top 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 companies, the Fortune 500s, the Fortune 50s. I try to see how are they responding to this new buzzword, to this new myth. And this is how they responded. I hope it worked. Oh yes, it did. Cool. So, how did they respond? In 2023, the total global investment in artificial intelligence was 150 of your freaking dollars, American dollars. Really? No one? Fair enough. But $150 billion global investment. Out of that 150, $50 billion was invested by those 5 companies at the bottom. You've got Google, Nvidia, Meta, Amazon, and Microsoft. Just this year alone, all those 5 companies have invested more than what they've invested the whole of last year. What does that tell us? If these big companies who have the most amount of research and data and everything available to them at their fingertips, then why are they making these decisions? Why are they putting their money in something that we might consider a fad? Let me share with you now how we at Marketing Lab AI are actually working very closely with companies in making them more efficient and in cutting down their operating costs. These are the 5 ways that we are working with companies. First of all, top left, we are creating dynamic content for them. From their business language to entire social media calendars to videos, pictures, logos, everything from the top to the bottom. Number 2, we are creating automated chatbots. Look at it this way. Chatbots, but not only by typing, but even calling. You get a random call, you pick it up, and there's a human, natural sounding voice at the other end. And they guide you through the entire process. They make you aware of what sort of products or services is the business selling. That is the type of work that we are doing through automated chatbots. Number 3, predictive analytics. Sales forecasting. What did you generate last quarter? What are you going to be generating this quarter? We can predict those sales for you. Number 3, sentiment analysis. How are your customers responding to your new social media post? Are they happy about it? Are they upset? They didn't really resonate with that message that you sent out. Is your new feature getting appreciated in the market? Yes or no? That's what we're using sentiment analysis for. Last but not least, AI-powered ad targeting. We've identified the demographic and we're drilling right through to them to deliver your message, to deliver your service, to deliver your product. So be it through chatbot, when they open a website and there's someone talking to them, they pick up a call and someone's talking to them, it's incredibly personal. It's incredibly one-on-one. Your customer feels appreciated. And that is how we are currently working with companies. The next slide is a little bit crazy. A few weeks ago, I'm not too sure how many of you tune into, I'm a bit nerdy, a bit geeky in these things. A few weeks ago, Google had held their AI conference. It was a bit of a failure. And the reason why it was a failure was because they were trying to do this AI demo on stage. However, it did not work out. The engineer who was on stage in charge of running the demo was clicking buttons, was trying to respond, but the AI just wasn't keeping up. So keeping up with the tradition of successful exercises on stage, I am now going to do a demo on stage. But the demo is not actually hard-coded. That means I haven't planned it. And the reason I can tell you how I haven't planned it is because you are going to be helping me build a company from scratch. I'm taking information from you, taking your feedback, we're going to be putting everything on the screen, and we're going to see how it goes. And that is the reason why I turned off the light. So you can see the screen up here. If you're unable to see the screen or it's not clear enough, there is another screen back there as well. I'd like all of you to follow along with me, and we're going to try and build a new company from scratch. So let's get started. First things first. Okay. I was hyping up my model, as you can see, I was hyping up my model just trying to get it to respond and be like, hey, we're going to do something cool today, so let's see how we go. Now the first thing I'm going to tell my model, you know what, I'm going to create a new model, so we're going to start off with that. Let's see how we go. And what it's going to ask me for right off the bat is the first thing, because we're creating a new model, we're creating a new company, we need to set a new business language for it. Right? And the way we're going to do that is we're going to find out, we're going to try and understand, and we're going to give it that information that it needs is the industry. I'm going to zoom it in, and that's going to work as well. There we go, that's zoomed in enough. The industry, the audience, the tone, the voice, the style, the brand, and of course where it's going to be. So the room is open. First, what kind of industry are we targeting? Go.
Come on guys, what do you want?
So which one?
Come on.
Clown industry. How would you define clown industry? You have to go a bit bigger on top of that. Entertainment, I like that one. Entertainment industry. But can you be a bit more specific with entertainment? What would you want to do? Freelance entertainment? That is very out there, but sure, I guess we're going to make freelance entertainment. Yeah, it's not hardcore. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see soon. Audience. What kind of audience are we targeting here with our freelance entertainment? I've never heard that before, but what kind of audience are we targeting? Are we targeting youth, professionals? Make it as crazy as you want. Retirees. Oh, that's exactly right. Fantastic. Tone. What kind of tone are we going for? This really is, actually, you know what? If it's planned tone, what kind of tone are we going for? Go. Whoever said it's planned, what kind of tone are we going for? Influencing? Fantastic. Influencing tone it is. Oh, I'll pick people out, I don't care. I'm on a mission here. What kind of voice are we going for? Authoritative, conversational, energetic? The examples are there for you. So you can pick from there or you can give me something that you guys want. What kind of voice do we want to go with our brand voice language?
Energetic.
Energetic it is. Style. What kind of style are we going for? Style. So we've got technical, creative, persuasive. Just some examples, but again, persuasive. Yeah. We really want to get those retirees out of their beds, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know what's going to happen. Just thinking if I should press enter or not. What kind of brand is it that we're building? Is it a luxury, affordable, economical? What is it?
Fitness.
Fitness. Economic, like how can fitness be economical? It's like affordable is something that I heard. Because are we okay with affordable?
Yeah.
Okay, who said no?
Luxury is also good for retirement.
Luxury it is. So luxury, health, I think that would be more under industry. Yeah? There we go. Number 7, product. What are we giving to our customers? And before you guys answer,